concerned with anonymity for me. I can't give away anybody else's anonymity, but I can give away my own. I'm proud to be a member of AA, and I'm not keen on anonymity. Dr. Bob thought so much about that he did all the steps in 1 week with people, particularly the 5th step where you share it with a person, and he thought also that the 9th step where you make amends to a person's face directly were very character building. I don't think you can seek out character. It's not something you can seek out. But however, I try not to ask people to do things I don't do. For example, a lot of people say, why do I do the chairs? I'm the oldest person in the meeting. And I say, because on Saturday, because I'm happy to do the catered. And but that's not the point. We would have most of our meetings could have the janitor put up the chairs for $50 once in a while. I'm sure. But what is important is that it will cause you to go to that meeting when you don't feel particularly up for a meeting. So some of us, even when we like meetings, don't always want to go at a particular time. And so going to gives you a sense of commitment. Finishing things is very important. And this is so much what we do is what we finish that counts in life.
I've watched Gardiner for 17 years and barely ever approached him other than saying hello. So this year's been just pretty fantastic. I think what I've seen is that Gardiner is completely focused on the newcomer and sponsoring people to this day. Well, every time I pick him up, he's either sharing his experience, strength and hope, of working with a newcomer. I see him greet people at the meetings. I see that he's older and in a lot of pain, and that still doesn't keep him from getting to meetings. So that would be my observation. Yeah, I think the dinners have been quite wonderful. Aside from the fact that the food is great, I see him saving seats for people he sponsors. I see him engaging in conversation immediately with these people. And he really stays a part of, he's a part of. Other than I have fallen in love with Gardiner this year, that would be it. That would be my closing, yeah.
I studied at many places, and I studied at Harvard. I spent 7 years in India, where they've been studying spiritual science longer than any other place. I was here as a child for vacations with my parents, and I've been here 22 years now, as I'm retired from teaching. I taught at the University of California, San Francisco, for 20 years and other colleges before, in their lifetime learning program, which is designed to help doctors, dentists, public health workers, and others to learn, to continue their more liberal learning. The degree is not important, but the subject is important to what you have studied and what you have learned. Mine was not a conventional path of learning. My father thought only St. Petersburg and this city were clean resorts. He had a passion for cleanliness. And he liked it here, and he liked it in St. Petersburg in Florida. This is still a fairly clean city. St. Petersburg is not as clean as it was when I was young. I was born in Vermont.
But then travel exclusively through his...
Well, on the summers, when he wasn't stationed in Washington, in those days, everyone in the Foreign Service had to spend after 4 years of service, had to spend a year in Washington, so they wouldn't become too foreign to be of service to Americans. And so I spent a lot of time traveling when they were not in Washington, to wherever they were stationed. In the end, it must be Santa Barbara, because I could live anywhere now that I'm retired, and I lived in Santa Barbara. They say if you put, like as in Rome at the Fontana di Trevi, they say if you throw pennies into the fountain, there's a fountain in Santa Barbara behind the post office in a courtyard surrounded by law offices. And they say and there are many, many hundreds, if not thousands of pennies or other coins in that fountain. They say if you throw a coin there, you'll always come back to Santa Barbara. And I have thrown a coin there.
Hi, I'm here with Gardner's #1 fan, Cyrus Stranger, and I guess this is the end of the documentary. I just want to say what a privilege it has been participating in FP 178, a documentary film production with Michael T. Colin as instructor and all my fabulous classmates and fellow workmates. This has been a labor of love and a wonderful opportunity to put into practice some of the things that we've learned in the class. And I can't help and stop complimenting what Gardner means to basically the Santa Barbara community and to myself and to other people that he comes in contact with, and constantly demonstrates his experience, strength, and hope, and humility, and that, as the old adage goes, if your dog likes somebody, then he must be a good enough person. So thank you very much for this opportunity, and thank you, Dr. Anthony Gardiner-Lowell, better known to all of us as Gardner.
One morning fair, I took the air down by Blackwater side. 'Twasn't gazing all around the islands. All through the fall part of the night we lay in sport till this young man arrived and they got